You can access the entire episode now on our website, forbiddenknowledge.news, Rokfin, Rumble, and all podcast platforms. This is beyond interesting. Now, as far as the group that does know what is happening, maybe let's get your theories. Can you tell us any of your theories as to what you really think is occurring behind all of this?
Oh,
because I know what I think, and I think that what you just said is a bit of confirmation for that. But let's hear what you got to say.
Yeah, there is, gosh, it's just so useful. This tool is so useful now that, for all intents and purposes, the majority of the population believes in the ET hypothesis. This, from a propaganda and government standpoint, is a very valuable tool that they, as you know, they're not going to let anything they can use.
It becomes an egregore.
Slip.
It becomes
absolutely
a manifestation. Yeah.
Totally. They're going to use that tool, man. If there's a tool on the bench and everybody accepts that hammer as being able to pound that nail, they are going to wield that in every way, shape, and form possible until it's no longer purposeful at all. And it's the same with this, exactly. It's an egregore. And what we're finding is it's really scary stuff. For example, we will show up to my property, Space Wolf Research, with a whole agenda, with high-end technology, a whole agenda of questions to ask this quote-unquote other, this non-human intelligence, which is known as a precognitive sentient intelligence, which roams the landscape, and try to verify this data via EVP. And for example, we'll show up on the property and immediately we'll turn on the recording device and it will answer every question on that list before we even ask it.
Jeez.
And then like mic drop. And you're just like,
oh,
what
man.
the? You know, it's so scary. It's cool. It's super cool. But at the same time, it just floors me. It's like, okay, what do we do now? I guess we go get a burger. I don't know.
Now, we've discussed this many times that there could be one overarching intelligence that we didn't really get into the possibility of if it was purely benevolent or purely malevolent. We toyed with the possibility of it having a duality, right? But this new information that you're expressing could indicate that this is a purely malevolent force. Is that right?
I'm glad you asked that question, because I've finally, and I shouldn't take credit for this, but finally there are some answers. And those answers have come primarily in what they call, okay, the best way to explain it is it appears there is a hierarchy of these things, and they have some sort of order that they adhere to, both the malevolent and benevolent forms. So there does appear to be, quite literally, as ritual magicians such as John Dee, Aleister Crowley, their Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn. Many people, for it seems time infinitum, have claimed it does appear, and I believe now and adhere to the belief, that there is a language that this hierarchy of intelligences that are non-human adhere to. And where on the hierarchy each one is dependent on whichever one shows up at the time you're there.
You did say that there are also benevolent entities that adhere to a hierarchy, so there is a light side to this, or a good side, you would say. Hello friends, I want to tell you about our new affiliate, MetaGreens. Do you want to feel energized, focus, and support your brain health without having to take multiple vitamins and supplements? MetaGreens is a clinically developed blend of natural super greens with a nitric oxide booster to help optimize your brain and body health as you age, all in one capsule. Nitric oxide is the miracle molecule that plays a vital role in regulating your immune system, nerve health, digestive system, and most importantly, your brain. Generally, people don't eat enough vegetable servings per day, causing low nutrient levels. And as we age, our nitric oxide levels decrease. With one daily dose of Metagreens, you'll get a nitric oxide boost, plus 35 nutrients filled with antioxidants, vitamins, and minerals. Feel energized, be focused, and age wisely, all with Metagreens. Go to mymetagreens.com and use coupon code FKN10. You'll get 10% off your order. Get back to living your best life.
100%. I recently had some guys come out. I don't know what all I can say about it all, but basically one guy had a knee brace and he was awaiting surgery, and he showed up and he went to the back and he immediately, without even thinking about it, was like, hey, this knee brace is itching me. And he took it off. His knee was fine. Like, his knee was great while he was there. And this is like something that actually helped him walk. And he realized days later, like, dude, I haven't needed the knee brace at all. Like, I'm perfectly fine when I'm on the property. By the same token, we have what Kit Green, a CIA doctor, is really data processing and has tons of notes, tons of scans, x-rays, imagery, information about something that has been known by many names, but now is falling under the umbrella of interference syndrome, which quite literally means that when you're in the proximity of some of these entities, propulsion systems, and they do have their own technology, man, but when you're in the proximity of some of this high energy, you do have adverse health effects as well, which they're calling interference syndrome. It's so real, in fact, that insurance companies are getting ICD-10 codes so that they can, you know, charge their insurance companies. A lot of higher end engineers involved with aerospace propulsion and people involved with the research in these specific areas, namely the Uinta Basin of Utah. There's a long history and data set, lots of brain scans, lots of individuals. I've succumbed to some of this myself, but without going off on my own tangent, 100% you can get injured, and it seems to be neurologically based.
Well, so, okay, you just said that there is a sort of technology involved with this. Could you talk a little bit about that? What is this technology?
Okay, so I'll kind of go down I'll follow two conditions. There's what I think it is, and then there's just the data set, the scientific stuff that these CIA doctors and these think tanks have come forward with. The CIA doctor, the think tanks, etc., they have nailed it down to, hey, if you're in an area of high strangeness where these intelligences roam and where there is a consistent amount of exotic propulsion present, possibly these negative mass tomography sites, etc., you are likely to contract this disease known as interference syndrome. And what it is basically your brain turns to Swiss cheese. There's dead spots in your brain. Where it gets super crazy is, luckily, these individuals that are in these locations doing these types of experiments and this type of research and investigation are very high IQ individuals. They're demanded to, perform at certain levels daily. And they continue to perform their duties. In fact, in many cases, they start to outperform their duties, even though their brain scans are showing these massive areas, these dead spots in their brain. Some actually even get what they're calling downloads or IQ jumps. This is very well known to some of us in the field. You get these downloads. And where it's getting really confusing is, how is this person outperforming when their brain, by all scientific aspects, is showing that it's shutting down? And I think we're getting to an area that gets very interesting. I've looked really deeply into the brain anatomy, the binaural situations, etc. And basically, it's a catch-22.